Hello Pisces, this is going to be your general tarot reading for May 2021. And we shall see what comes out. If you would like to skip through this little intro part and just go straight to the reading, there is a timestamp down below in the description box that you can click on. It will take you straight to the reading instead of having to sit through this part. Hopefully you can hear me okay. Yesterday I did an hour-and-a-half long reading for Scorpio, only to realize at the end that there was no sound, so I had to redo it all over again. Hopefully that won't happen this time. Hopefully you guys are well. This reading's for you if you are a Pisces rising, Pisces sun, Pisces moon, or a Pisces Venus. And of course, as always, this reading may or may not resonate. Some parts of it may resonate strongly, others may not. If for some reason this reading does not resonate, you may want to check out your other placements and see if any of those resonate more. Sorry, I woke up with a stuffy nose this morning. I don't feel sick. Maybe it's allergies to pollen. Spring is starting to happen where I live, and flowers are starting to open up and leaves are starting to come out, so maybe it's dust, who knows. You'll just have to excuse it if you want your reading, that is. Okay. And of course, like, subscribe, comment if you would like to support my channel. I would appreciate it. And we will see. Oh, I'm still doing the readings according to the most views, and so they're going to be in a different order this month, but you guys came in second, so which is a nice change. It seems like you guys have always been at the very end for forever. Okay. 11 cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I'm using the Spiral Tarot, by the way. 8, 9, 10, 11. Okay. Hang on for one moment. I'm going to go blow my nose. Hopefully that'll help. Okay, bye. Hello. Okay. All right. This is an interesting reading. Okay. Your central experience for May 2021 that you seem to be dealing with is the Two of Swords. You may be undecided on something. You might be trying to make a decision on something. You might be afraid to make a decision on something because then that would topple the tricky balance that you have going on right now. Maybe you're not really sure what to do or what to choose or what you want, or you may not be seeing what's available to you because in this picture you are blindfolded. So let's find out more about it. I'm going to use the Edmund Dulac Tarot. I hope that's how you pronounce his name. He's a famous illustrator from the early 1900s, I believe, from fairy tales, legends. All right, tell me more about the Two of Swords as their central experience for May. Why are they so undecided? It's almost like you're feeling paralyzed in making a decision. You're afraid of how it will affect the balance that you have right now, or you're afraid of making a mistake by picking the wrong thing, or you're not sure what's available to you. Let's see. Tell me more about the Two of Swords. The Seven of Wands. The Seven of Wands. I don't know if you can see it. In the background, there's a woman sleeping on a bed, and it looks like there are people waiting outside of the doorway with swords, but they're sleeping too. Maybe they are protecting this woman. There could be a lot of things going on right now in this picture. It could be that they kidnapped her and they've been guarding her to make sure she doesn't escape, but they're all sleeping right now. Or it could be that you are worried that if you make a decision or if you choose to go do something, that perhaps something will be left unguarded, or you'll drop balls, or balls will be dropped. You may not be certain that you can, of how long something will be going on for. You're feeling very protective. You might be feeling like you can't really do anything or make a decision, because if you do, you'll be leaving something unguarded that needs to be guarded, or you're afraid that something will be stolen or be vulnerable to attack if you walk away or if you choose something. It could be saying that you're just exhausted, and so it may not be the right time to make a decision right now because you're so tired and you're recovering from something. Or perhaps you're unsure on what decision to make concerning possibly some health issues that you've been experiencing. I don't know if for someone this is making a decision on whether you go with surgery on something or not, or a medication for something or not. Or, interesting. Okay, I need more information about it. You're tired of guarding something. It's starting to wear on your energy levels. Or if you don't do it, who will do it? I'm kind of getting that feeling of, if you decide to do something else, then who's going to do what you were doing before? All right, let's see. The Nine of Cups. And again, it's people sleeping. This is the Wish Granted card. Maybe you are tempted to choose to go towards what would make you happy, or what would make you feel as though your wishes have been granted, or you're choosing to go towards something completely different that would fulfill your own need for creativity and joy in your life. But perhaps you are wrapped up with duties or responsibilities or things you have to do, and you're not sure how things would fare if you chose to go in this direction. And again, look, it's two women sleeping. There's a lot of sleeping women between these two pictures. Maybe you just need to take a nap or sleep more or rest on it before you make a decision. You could possibly be driving yourself crazy in your own mind with feeling as though you cannot rest. But if you do not rest, then you don't know what you want and you don't know what to do, and oftentimes your head is cloudy or it's hard for you to think clearly because you're not resting enough. So it's kind of sabotaging things either way. So, interesting. Okay, let's move on and maybe it'll make more sense as I go. So, your challenge is the world. It may be for someone something is postponed that you were expecting to change finally. The world is generally a long-term karmic cycle that is coming to an end so that a new long-term cycle can come in. Oftentimes it represents things like diplomas, graduation, and closing out on an old home or an old house so that you can take that money and travel the world or possibly retire, or it's a big change in your life that will affect you for years to come or will open up doors to a new experience for years to come. But for some reason this feels blocked. Maybe you were expecting to graduate or you were expecting to walk over that threshold into a new experience by now, but for whatever reasons it seems delayed, and it seems very frustrating actually. So let's find out more about that. Why is the world, or perhaps you want to travel or you want to begin a completely new cycle, but for whatever reasons you feel as though you can't, or you're worried that if you do, certain things will not be taken care of. Let's see. Sorry about all of this, the snuffling and all that. There isn't really much I can do about it. I've been doing, actually, the reason why these are late this month is because I've been digging a giant hole in the backyard that's 2 feet deep and probably somewhere around 17 feet long. And maybe something like 5 feet width. And building a rock wall, and so my body got shot after a while and I just needed to rest. Speaking of resting, I've been trying to meet deadlines on multiple things, and there's only so much I can do. But at least the hard part is over with the rock wall, and now it's the easy part of filling it with potting soil and planting flowers. So let's see, why do you have the world as your challenge? Yeah, you need to rest. Perhaps you've been trying to, well, I'm not getting any actual cards in here that say you've been trying to push something forward. You may have been pushing yourself too hard. You may have been just simply doing too much or pushing yourself so hard, and so you just don't have the energy. Again, you need to rest. Another sleeping woman. So you need to rest. This is your remedy, and then you'll know what to do. You'll know what to choose. You may want to come up with a plan or a strategy or some kind of plan, long-term plan on how to help things ease along from one world to another. It might be that you're taking, because this is a Saturn card, which rules responsibilities and hardships as well. You may have been taking on too many responsibilities, you guys. Possibly the reason why your head is foggy or unable to decide, or a lack of clear-headedness, is you most definitely need to take a break. You may want to, if you can, go on some kind of a vacation or a short trip, or take some days out to just nurture yourself, take care of yourself, and rest. And realize that it's hard for me to say this because I know something about this you feel very, very, very responsible for. And it's not so easy to just walk away or go take care of yourself. But I'm kind of getting this feeling like other people need to take responsibility too, not just you. I feel like perhaps you might be trying to take on other people's responsibilities as well as your own for someone. It may, as hard as it is, you may have to lay down the law and be forthright about how you need rest and you need to heal and you need to take care of yourself and you need other people picking up the slack here. I'm kind of getting something in here where if you're afraid to go walk away and take care of yourself or do what makes you happy because things will not be taken care of. But why is that? Why is that? Certainly you have other people around you that could pick up some of the slack or switch switch shifts with you or take over while you go rest and then you take over while they go rest. This could have to do with career or jobs, or a job where you're just being overworked to the point of exhaustion and you need to, for your own emotional health and mental health, you need to take a break for a little bit and really think about your goals in life and what you actually want to be doing with yourself right now. If it's not job related, this could be family responsibilities. There could be people that need to be watched over in the family, whether it's young people or elderly people or just some kind of duties or responsibilities that you have to take care of. But it's starting, I feel like you've had these responsibilities for a long time, or you have put these responsibilities on yourself for a long time, where it's almost like you feel guilty for resting because certain things need to be taken care of and they matter a great deal to you. But just as a minor warning in here, you got to be really careful with that. If you keep on continuing to try to push yourself, you're going to fall asleep on the job. Or what you feared might end up happening because you haven't been taking breaks. I don't know, maybe for someone you're at a job site or some kind of a job where you are not getting enough breaks or you're not getting your legal allotted time for a break, whether it's a lunch break or a smoke break or whatever it happens to be. May I remind you that if that is going on, that's illegal. And no one should be not allowing employees to take breaks. If you are self-employed, you need to make sure that you are taking breaks for yourself and that you're not, I'm kind of getting something in here about someone in front of a computer. If you get lost in the computer and if you don't take enough breaks, it's actually affecting your nervous system, your hand-eye coordination. You might be getting carpal tunnel. You still need to take breaks. And especially to be near water, I kind of get a longing for water in here. Like you want to go back to a pond or a lake or an ocean or a creek or some kind of water, beautiful watery place that you long to be at or go visit or go travel to. But I'm kind of getting something in here about having other people take responsibility for some of these things as well. Okay, so what is helping you is the Queen of Wands. So this is asserting yourself. The Queen of Wands has plenty of energy. She's a fire sign. She's an Aries court card. She is very forthright, very direct, knows what she wants, is not afraid of conflict or laying out bare exactly what she needs, what she wants, who she is, her boundaries. She's very good with boundaries, very good with self-care. And it may be that you need to stand up either to someone or a situation or stand up to yourself and finally take some of your power back. I feel like you've been doing too much and you need to get your energy and your power back. And you may even have somebody around you that is like a Queen of Wands that is literally telling you, you need a break. You need a break and you need to take care of yourself too. If you don't, this could possibly end badly, or you will never be able to know what you're doing because you're not doing what you truly need to do for yourself. And take the advice. If someone is actually telling you this month, pay attention to what they're saying. You may need to lay down the law or lay down some rules in this matter where you have more energetic people around you that have the energy to address some of these things, have them do it too, so that you can finally have a break. Some part of this feels like somehow you think you're the only one who can do these things. But you may be inadvertently holding someone else back for taking responsibility for themselves or proving to themselves that they can be an adult. I don't know if this is a grown child. I'm kind of getting something about an elder and a grown child. And the elder, I don't know if you are the grown child or if you are the older person in the family or the job or the situation or whatever this is. It's time for you to relinquish some of your power or some of your reins to the younger generation and have them prove to you and to themselves that they are capable of doing these things. Otherwise, you may be inadvertently disempowering a young person around you that needs to start taking on more responsibilities. Yeah, interesting. Okay, let me get a little bit more on the Queen of Wands here. If you have been battling with health issues for some reason, if you rest and you take it easy and hopefully take some kind of a short or a long vacation to someplace watery where you can just relax, it looks like a lot of your energy will come back. And you will feel renewed enough, and you'll have a renewed sense of purpose and knowing what the heck you're doing and what you need to do for yourself. So, let's see. Tell me more about the Queen of Wands. Wow, look at that. Wow. Okay, let me pick one more. I feel like you've had so many responsibilities or so many things you feel that you have had to do that you haven't had a chance to actually cultivate relationships. Like whether you're in a relationship, it seems as though perhaps you've been absent because you're busy, and you haven't been cultivating your actual romantic relationship as much as you would like. Or if you're single, you may be longing to spend more free time with enjoying things in life that have nothing to do with responsibilities or things you have to do. And to embrace spending time with people, getting to know people, possibly initiating or having somebody else initiate with you some kind of a relationship. Or you are overcoming codependence. You may have realized that you have gotten too codependent, or someone has gotten too codependent on you. And so what is helping you in this matter is, it seems as, okay, let me show you what I'm looking at here. This is what's helping you. You have the Two of Cups with the Queen of Wands. Generally speaking, the Queen of Wands is more about independence, self-reliance. If the Queen of Wands does get into relationships, she never relinquishes her sense of self. She always has a really strong sense of self. This Two of Cups right here looks very enmeshed, very symbiotic, and possibly codependent. I mean, this is... it's weird. This is supposed to be the Edmund Dulac Tarot, but I could have sworn that this is a John Waterhouse painting. I guess it's Edmund Dulac. That's so odd because I've gone most of my life thinking that this is a John Waterhouse painting. Anyway, she is a mermaid. He obviously has legs. She's pulling him and luring him down. It could be that he wants to be lured down and he's all about it. But at the same time, it does seem a little bit codependent or a little bit too symbiotic or too enmeshed emotionally. Or this is what you long for. You haven't experienced this in a while because you have been too busy trying to take care of something or someone. But with the Queen of Wands as what's helping you, I'm kind of getting for someone, and codependence and soulmates, namely speaking in this version, the Two of Cups, does not have to be romantic. It could be a close soulmate in the family. It could be a child. It could be a mother, a parent. It could be anybody that you feel very close to, that you feel like you need to. Something here has the lines in between people's identities has become blurred. Someone may have become too dependent on you, or you may have become too dependent on someone else emotionally, and you're realizing now as what's helping you is, oh shoot, the goal here is to empower the people that you love, is to empower others where they do not need you emotionally in order to feel secure. They have to be able to do that for themselves, because let's face it, one day we all leave this planet. We all die at some point. Things change. You may not be able to be there all the time, and it looks like you're kind of getting near the end of something where you're realizing you literally just can't keep on doing this because it's wearing down on your health, possibly your energy levels. You just don't have it in you anymore. You've become exhausted. And what if you got so exhausted? I mean, this is what ifs, you guys. I'm not saying that this is what's going to happen. I'm just giving you something to think about here, or a different perspective. Let's say that you worked yourself to the bone, you took on too many responsibilities, and then you literally crash. Like, I've actually known people that have worked such long hours and so hardcore that they literally fell over and fell asleep on the floor. They couldn't even get the energy up to walk to a bed or a chair. They literally just crashed on the floor and fell asleep on the floor. You do not want to get to that state, you guys. But let's say that happened, then you will not be able to continue to do the things that you've been doing. So who is going to do it? Can these people survive without you? Because someday you may not be here, or something may pull you away, and they're going to have to do these things for themselves. And part of this also is like relinquishing control, of realizing other people can do these things. You are not the only one who can do these things. You may want to start training someone or giving someone guidance on teaching them how to do those things. Or simply saying, hey, you need to learn how to create your own self-worth, or take care of these things on your own, or anyway. Or it could be saying that what's helping you is that you have learned a lot of lessons. You have learned a lot of lessons over the years through various relationships, situations where you're realizing either you are tired of being alone and you're tired of being so independent, and you really would like to embrace relationships and emotional communion or communication with others or another, or to cultivate romance or love or a relationship more. Or it could be saying that you have recognized that you have certain long-term patterns of codependency with relationships, and what is helping you is to become more independent and realize your own power, or to encourage someone else to do the same who has become dependent on you. So, and by being yourself, by speaking your truth, by being honest, by being direct, which is very different from Pisces energy. You will be able to attract what you truly long for. But this could also be somebody else, you guys. What could be helping you is you have met some kind of a fire sign or an Aries or somebody whose energy is very different from your own. And you may be falling in love with each other or embracing a relationship with someone who is very much like the Queen of Wands. And if that's true, this is a really good balance for you, even though you are so different. Pisces and Aries are very different, but they're right next to each other. So this Aries person could have planets in Pisces. You could be a Pisces with planets in Aries. And there is a nice balance with that, because when you start to feel like your boundaries are very thin, this person will reinforce your boundaries and will say, I've got your back, or you can totally do this. It's a very encouraging, coaching sort of a person that is very empowering when they're healthy. So, interesting. All right. At your root, you have the Ace of Wands. So you're ready for some kind of a beginning, or a beginning is showing itself to you and saying, here I am, take me or leave me. Now's your chance. You may have been hesitating on taking action on something because you weren't really sure how it would unfold. Or if, let's say, hypothetically, if you decide to scrap everything and go on a vacation, you might be riding in an airplane or going someplace completely different from where you have been. But who's going to take care of all this stuff while you're gone? But you need this new beginning. You need to take action on something. You need to initiate something. The Ace of Wands is generally called the Just Do It card. It's just do it. Do it. It's like that Nike commercial, just do it. It's right there in front of your face. Take it while it's there. Don't hesitate. The Ace of Wands is very immediate. It's not something that's going to stick around for a long time while you hem and haw on whether you want to go for this or not. This seems like an amazing opportunity. So don't hesitate too much, but also rest. You might need to rest or recuperate first before you go for it, when you have enough energy to be able to do so. But you definitely feel a strong longing to do something new in your life. Try a new job, a new hobby, a new location, a new trip, a new vacation, a new passion. This could be feeling a new passion for someone. This could be the budding of a very passionate relationship for someone. Or this is you realizing what you actually want. Maybe you haven't known what you want. Maybe you've been trying to figure out what you want. But in your instincts, after you rest and recuperate your energy back, it looks as though you have a breakthrough eureka moment where you realize what you want. And then once you know what you want, to summon up the Aryan energy to go out after it and to just do it. So, in the recent past, there's been a lot of speeding up of things. Things may have been a little bit chaotic. There may have been a lot up in the air, a lot going on. You could have had a lot of visitors coming and going, or coming and going to locations for something. You may have many opportunities or many choices available to you that are kind of kicking around in the wind. The winds of change have been blowing. If things got stagnant in the past, it seems as though recently things have been speeding up dramatically, where it is not stagnant anymore. It's easy to become confused when things start to move this fast. You might be afraid of losing opportunities or picking the wrong opportunity. Notice how many opportunities there are in the air. You could pick any of those. So I would say be patient, allow things to unfold. Don't make any, allow things to settle down first before you make a decision. While things are moving that quickly, it's hard to tell exactly what is an opportunity and what is a false opportunity. But the good news here is that if things have been stagnant, they've definitely been speeding up. and things are happening. Your best possible outcome is the Knight of Pentacles. This is saying that you need to take it slow but steady. Formulate a plan or a goal or a strategy on how to get yourself to your goal. And then be patient and plod along one step at a time. Do not become completely overwhelmed by everything that is available to you right now or everything that you want to do, because then you can lose track and lose your energy before you even begin, because it becomes too overwhelming. Also, your best possible outcome is telling you that you need help. You need help. You need a helper. You need someone else to help you with these things. This all can't be on your plate. The reason why I read that into this card is this is a Virgo card. And Virgo is all about helping and service and also learning a skill through a teacher. So like being a mentor or being a student to a way of life or a knowledge base that they want to eventually be able to take and go do their own thing with. So this can be what's the word? An apprentice. This can be he looks like a farmhand. This could be, and the knights are generally fairly young. They might be teens, 20s, early 30s people. It seems as though you need a helper or you need an assistant, or you need to delegate duties off to other people as well as instead of taking it all onto yourself. If you need help, then ask for it and you will receive it. This also is about health too. Eat more leafy greens if you don't already, like more salads, more fruit, more vitamin C, and calcium that comes from plants like kale. If you hate kale, there's plenty of other things that have those things in it. You may want to have seaweed. You might want to make like a nice miso soup with seaweed and mushrooms and other stuff in it. Something about a diet change. Now that spring is here, you don't need as many heavy foods to keep you warm. Your body seems to need calcium, iron, and I lost it. Vitamin C. Maybe eat more oranges or something. All right, let me pick more on that. But basically, this is all about regulating your energy so that for long lasting, he's the slowest moving knight, which means he needs to conserve his energy and pace his energy where he's not doing too much all at once, because then he may not have the energy later on to continue going with this. It's about stabilizing and calming your personal energy down where you're in it for the long haul, where you'll be able to keep on going. Like when people are running a marathon, they don't run at top speed the whole time. They have to pace themselves. They have to find the right pace that they know that they can sustain over a period of time or a specific distance, and to keep it at that steady pace instead of pushing themselves, because if they do that, they're going to be exhausted and they may not be able to make it to the finish line because they've expended all of that energy all at once. So your best possible outcome is basically saying to stabilize your energy and to find a pace that is good for you where you're not taking on too much all at once. Otherwise you could have burnout, and you could completely burn out here. And also to accept help or to delegate things off to other people where you are not the only one doing all of this, whatever it is. Taking care of responsibilities or even money. You might have been having a dependent rely on you for money. And I mean, I'm not talking about children. That's a completely different thing. But you may have been pulling in more weight for the sake of other people than they are. And you just cannot do that on the long haul. People can do that for short periods. Like, of course, if you have a grown niece or something that is stranded in a state and needs to get home, you can wire them, or we used to be able to wire them money. We could probably just do a direct deposit over the computer now, but to send them money so they can get out of their situation. But I'm talking about like a long-term dependence where someone over the long term continues to need your money or your time or your energy, and it's just not sustainable over the long haul. Eventually that person needs to kind of get their stuff together where they can figure out a strategy on how to be able to do that for themselves instead of relying on you so much, because it looks like it's starting to take your energy away at this point. And that's not good. So let me pick one more to go with the Knight of Pentacles. Oh, good. Now my nose isn't as stuffed up. Yeah, I think maybe I just need to vacuum my apartment. I think I must have a lot of animal hair and dust in here. And I need to get rid of the dust. All right. Tell me more about the Knight of Pentacles. The Two of Discs, or the Two of Pentacles. Yeah. This version of the Two of Pentacles does not look completely overwhelming. This just looks like strategizing. In this two, you have two twos here. In this two, you were definitely undecided, not thinking straight, not seeing everything available to you, feeling stuck, wanting to make a choice, but afraid to make a choice because then that could topple the tricky balance that you have. Or possibly limiting yourself without realizing it in your own mind as far as what your choices are. But in this too, it looks like she's figuring something out. Actually, it looks like she's listening to a seashell. It looks like she's holding a seashell up to her ear, or something is communicating to her through a seashell. There's a lot of water in this reading, by the way. Just, this is the Pentacles, but it's very watery looking. Yeah, you may need to listen to your own intuition, to your guides, to the fairies, on how to best move forward in the best way where you don't have burnout and where you see more of, obviously, she has her eyes wide open. She's looking towards the future. She's looking at possibilities. Maybe she's wondering how to cross that body of water or to find somebody or something. She doesn't look lost, but it looks like she needs information on how to move forward. And she's listening. She's asking the universe for information and she's receiving it. So again, don't be afraid to ask for help if you need it, even if it's just to get information or a different perspective or some knowledge that you, or information that you do not have. And to encourage young people, or not young people, but just younger people that are learning their way in life. Or yourself if you're young and you're learning your way through life. Of figuring out your own problems, but with a little help from spirit or a little help from friends or help. It's okay to receive help. She's receiving help right now in this picture. Maybe this information she's receiving will help her to make that decision or to figure out a strategy or a way to move forward. Or to feel empowered enough to know that if she's out in the wilderness by herself, something will always come to help her, regardless of whether she's with any person or not. So, coming up for you in the near future is the Seven of Cups. You still look undecided, or it's like you feel as though you can't have what you truly long for. And so you're trying to settle for other things that are around you, but none of them are spectacular. None of them fill you with, yes, this is it. Instead, it's like, well, I could choose that, or I could choose that, but really, she wants that one golden cup that's behind her that's above all the other ones, and she's not seeing it right now. I just kind of get a feeling of the doldrums from this, of like, is this all there is? Do I have to settle for something that I know is not fulfilling because what would be fulfilling is not available? Or just emotional confusion on choices. Hello, Raven. Okay. Tell me more about the Seven of Cups in their future. Uh-oh, let me make sure he's not stepping on the microphone. There we go. I'm terrified now that this is going to have no sound now because of what happened yesterday. Tell me more about the Seven of Cups in their future. The Knight of Wands. This guy looks kind of crafty. Raven seems to agree. Maybe you're uncertain on something because you're not sure what somebody's intentions are. So this is the Knight of Wands. If you look at his face, he looks a little bit crafty or a little bit grumpy. And there's a whole line of people behind him. It looks like he's the leader here of this group. And he looks a little crafty. Maybe you're having a hard time deciding because you're not really sure what someone's intentions are. Or where they're actually really coming from. You want to move forward. You want to go after a goal. You want to find the truth about something, but the truth seems to be elusive. Okay, Raven. I love you and everything, but this is a little too much. Let me pick one more. This could be being undecided about some kind of a Sagittarian or Jupiterian person. Another knight, the Knight of Cups. Maybe you're having a hard time deciding because you're torn between two people. But you guys are this card. This is the Pisces court card, the Knight of Cups. This is you guys. He looks much more gentle, emotional, sensitive, sweet, imaginative. He looks very young. He looks like he's like 12 or 13. And then there's this knight who looks much older, more mature, or more experienced, let's put it that way. But he looks a little crafty or a little conniving almost. Like he's got a strategy or a plan that he wants to go with, but it may not be in your best interests, or he's just crafty. You might be torn between two knights. Whether they're men or women, doesn't really matter on gender. Or confusion on what to go out after. How do you proceed? Do you rush at it like the Knight of Wands, or do you take it easy and feel your way through it? Seems like you would go more with your own energy than Sagittarian energy, but maybe you're dealing with two people here and you're undecided on what to go with. And it doesn't even have to be romance. This could be business. This could be a lot of things. This could be a project you're doing or organizing. Where do you go with the younger, more inexperienced dreamer that you know is sincere, or do you go with the super intelligent, crafty Knight of Wands? What do? You feel almost protective of the Knight of Cups, but you're also wondering, will they be able to actually do it or do the job, or can you rely on them? Hmm. Maybe you're torn between two people. But again, remember what this said. Listen to yourself or listen to your guides. If you are confused, ask your guides or ask the universe for clarity, and you will receive it. You also may just need to take a break. You may not need to make this decision right now. You may need to actually wait a little bit and see how things unfold before you make any major decisions. You definitely want to know what you're dealing with before you go with something. And honestly, you may have more available to you than these two knights. Okay, and let me see if I get a little bit more clarity on this. Yes, you're a good little kitty, but you're just all over the place. The Emperor. Oh, maybe you want something completely different. Maybe you want something more stable, more adult, more mature, and that can handle its own instead of a knight. Maybe you want to. The Emperor isn't even a king, he's the Emperor. Maybe what you're looking for is an emperor, and instead you're having to choose between knights, which are much less experienced and younger, or haven't mastered themselves yet. Let's put it that way. It's almost like, or you could be the emperor in this situation, and you're trying to instruct knights on how to be an emperor or do your job for you so that you can leave or go do something else. Or somebody watching you may be concerned about adult, I don't know, adult children of yours getting too wrapped up in a system, or that they're too naive or something. But try to empower, not disempower, even in your own mind with how you're thinking of it. And same thing goes for yourself as well. Okay. Or maybe this is a custody thing where you're worried about the safety of people, but you can't control everything. You need to trust that they're going to be safe. Okay. Or instruct them on how to keep themselves safe. Maybe you've been expending so much energy trying to keep someone or something safe when really you need to instruct them on how to be able to do that for themselves within reason, depending on ages involved. So, you right now are the Four of Pentacles. You definitely have been inside the house too much or locked up with responsibilities too much, and you need a break. You need a vacation. You need to get away, go experience something completely different. And you may be boxing yourself in way too much. Part of this might be because of money, of worrying about spending too much money or not having enough money, so you're kind of trying to be frugal or to be wise about how you spend the amount of money that you have, where you're not overspending. But it seems like things have become very un-Piscean here. Things have become too stagnant or too really, come on, really You haven't been getting enough sunlight. You haven't been spending enough time with nature, or maybe you just need to garden if you can, or go outside. But you could be unintentionally limiting yourself, or just feeling stuck, just feeling trapped by responsibilities or things you're trying to upkeep that are your heart isn't in it anymore. You don't feel free, you don't feel inspired, you don't feel prosperous, you don't feel creative. This guy looks creatively blocked. Like he's had to become too materialistic or too concerned with the material, when really he would much rather be doing this. So in your surroundings, you have the Three of Pentacles. You need to get out. You need to get out and go do something fun. Find out if there's any free events around you within reason with the COVID restrictions and all of that stuff, depending on where you live and how those things are being handled where you are. See, there's got to be something creative around you that you can be a part of, within reason, you know. And also, this is showcasing your talents, or showcasing your art, or showcasing your music, or fully expressing yourself with the things that you enjoy. This is creativity of all different kinds. And this is, if you choose to go in the direction of creativity. If you choose to go in the direction that your heart is leading you to. You will see progress. You will see growth. You will see things open up. You will have opportunities come to you, and admiration or other people's respect for what it is that you enjoy doing. This could be a hobby. This could be a skill that you have. This could even be a business opportunity. But it's important for you to express yourself in your surroundings and possibly get out of the house. Even if it's just maybe seeing an outdoor dance performance or an outdoor concert, or going out with friends someplace fun where you can remember the things that inspire you more or be part of it more. Your fears of someone, something, or you being taken advantage of. You know, I've been looking at this. I think this could be an internal thing too with these two knights. Where's the other knight? Here we go. It could be you having a hard time deciding whether you go with your heart, because this is your card, the Knight of Cups, which is always about going after what's in your heart, or seeking what's in your heart. Or whether you stay in some kind of a system or a situation where you have to exert personality traits that really are just not you. Like you have to put on a role, or put on a costume, or behave in a certain way, or deal with difficult people with some kind of situation where perhaps you're working for an organization, or you're under the foot, because this guy was on top. You're under the foot of the emperor, and really you long to just follow your heart. But it may be because of material things. You need the money, or you need the stability. You are concerned that if you choose to go in the direction of your heart, you will no longer have what you need. But honestly, if you are working for the emperor, it doesn't look like you're making a ton of money, you guys. It doesn't look like you're really happy with the situation. So if you let go of it, I mean, how much are you really losing? It doesn't look like you have a lot right now. Or you may have a certain amount, but it's holding you back and not allowing you to fully be able to express yourself. So you might be afraid that you're going to be taken advantage of, or if you step away from your responsibilities, that what you are responsible for is going to be taken advantage of, or you're afraid that people are going to be cruel, or that situations are going to be very difficult. Let me pick more. Tell me about their hopes. I know what their fears are, but what are their hopes? The Knight of Pentacles. There he is again. Is someone watching? Do you have a lot of choices between the Knight of Pentacles, the Knight of Cups, the Knight of Wands? There's a lot of knights in here. Are you having to choose what person would do the best job, or what person to hire, or what person to include in your life, or but your hopes are for the Knight of Pentacles, which came out earlier as your best possible outcome. So this is your best possible outcome. That means it's possible. It's your best possible outcome. And this is what you hope for or wish for. It looks like this is completely possible. So don't limit yourself. Don't think that it's not possible. It may be this person is way slower than you would like, or is taking their sweet time with coming out and saying how they feel, or deciding to commit, or whatever this happens to be, or deciding that they want the job in the first place, or whatever. But it looks like it's very, very possible, so do not limit yourself. Don't get so lost in confusion or indecision or not knowing what's actually available to you that you miss an opportunity. And again, your hope is for help or assistance or help or someone there to help lighten the load. Where you are not responsible for everything. Where is it? To your detriment, where you're not responsible for everything. You have somebody to share responsibility with you, or to delegate things off to, or just assistance. Your general outcome is the King of Pentacles. You will achieve security if you don't already have it. You will be able to create what you want. You will be stable. You actually have a lot of blessings coming in. And this could be a new career or a new job or a new home or a new family dynamic, or a new relationship dynamic where the Knight of Pentacles has grown up into the King. All right, let me pick more with it. Tell me more about the King of Pentacles as their outcome. You will achieve what you're setting out to do. And also I see a new way of treating your body or your own health, or realizing what your limitations are. And then working with your creativity and making money off of what you actually really enjoy, instead of being saddled to something that feels like it's sucking your energy from you to the point of exhaustion. Something about how you view money or prosperity is changing, where you are realizing more is available to you than you thought. But it definitely involves getting outside into the elements or nature, or getting out of a office, or getting out of a room, or getting out of a house, or getting out of an old situation that has been very dimly lit. I don't know if someone is switching a job from a place that has fluorescent lighting and not enough windows to having a job where they make more money than they were before and they're actually able to be outside more or enjoy a beautiful environment where they work. Maybe this is working in a greenhouse or working in real estate or working with landscaping or with beautifying the environment. Something. Okay, tell me more about the King of Pentacles. The Four of Swords, you need to rest. Maybe you need to relinquish control and let a partner or let someone completely different take care of it for you. Or receive assistance where someone is able to take care of it for you and it is not your responsibility anymore because you need to rest yet again. You have the Four of Swords. Be real careful with your health this month, not to scare you or make you worry at all, but if you continue going down the road that you're going, you could get really sick or you could just completely lose all your energy where you literally cannot do it. Like you're going to crash on the floor. So avoid that by pacing yourself, getting help, and possibly delegating responsibilities off to someone else who can handle it for you. Why do you have to be the one to do it all? Oh, sorry, bud. I love you and everything, but it's a bit much. Okay, so let me, or it could be taking a vacation in a really beautiful place with lots of lush plants and flowers and bodies of water. There was a whole lot of water in this reading. Let me pick one final message for you. Oh, look, it's right there. Temperance. Temperance is your advice. Don't overdo it. Don't go to extremes. Don't overdo it. Realize your limitations. Try to stay emotionally balanced, stay positive, and work with what you've got. And take it easy when you need to. Don't push yourself. And try not to let stressful events stress you out. If that happens to be going on, it's very important for you to protect your nervous system and not to allow yourself to get too stressed out. Otherwise, you could get sick. So things are not as bad as they seem, or whatever it is that you're fearing or undecided about. And the sooner you can do this, the sooner you can relinquish control or allow things to change without fearing that something is going to be destroyed or lost or taken advantage of, you will quickly have this new world open up for you where you can transition from your old karmic cycle to your new long-term cycle. And where this will no longer be blocked anymore. Okay, I'm going to go before the cat eats me. I think he wants wet food. So, see you soon. Take care. Love you guys. Okay, bye.